and welcome to a warm, fuzzy, friendly, ultra nostalgic edition of the Oddity Archive. Largely because I've got to do something to cope with these ultra frigid upper Midwestern winter days. I suppose I should have at least put on a long sleeve shirt, but oh well. Guess I'll just shiver a little. But I figured since I was doing the warm, friendly nostalgia thing today, I would dig as deep as I could for the friendliest of them all, generally. But today I want to take a look back, even though these things are still made, at some older movie theater moments. Those little moments before the show would start where the theater would toot its own horn, where they would ask the audience to stay quiet during the movie, and so on and so forth. I'm talking about policy trailers. And I figured since it's Nostalgia Day, I'd try and do a little nostalgic thing for myself. And that is to see if I could find the policy trailers that I remember seeing as a kid. Now, my neighborhood movie theater would have been the Seven Hills AMC in beautiful downtown Aurora, now long defunct, the theater anyway, not the town. But my family probably would have been semi-regulars there from 1991 to about 1996. And as such, we saw a ton of trailers featuring AMC's then mascot, Clip, who was made out of little film clips, presumably the stuff left on the cutting room floor. And thanks to the miracle of YouTube, I've been able to find these trailers again and take a look back at them. And maybe it's just the nostalgia talking, but these are pretty good. Actually, they were better than I remembered. Certainly far classier than I'd remembered. But it also got me nostalgic for another thing. Back in the good old days when you go to the movies and they put on a real, honest-to-God 35mm film and not some file off some hard drive. I mean, I could stay home and watch files off a hard drive. This is how it's done, kids. I admit, I very, very rarely go to the movies anymore. And there's a multitude or a multiplex of reasons for this. One being that I have zero interest in most of the films coming out these days. Yes, seriously, this whole superhero and or computer animation trend just needs to die already. It's been going on for way, way too long. But my main beef with going to the movies anymore is the piss poor behavior of the other people in the audience. I mean, I've only been to the movies, I think, 5 times in the last 7 or 8 years, so about as long as I've been making this show. And every single time, I get stuck with those people that spend the movie texting, talking on the phone, talking to each other, people that bring their numerous obnoxious 3-year-olds to the movies with them, to R-rated movies, no less. A couple of years ago, I went to a Riff Tracks screening, and some genius in the audience just up and decided that he was now part of the Riff Tracks crew and started talking back to the movie right alongside the guys. And he was dropping real comic pearls like, he's ugly and this sucks. Well, at least I'm not alone in this feeling, because the folks at the Alamo Drafthouse chain about a decade ago started a still ongoing run of PreShow Negs, which can be a little harsh and at times profane. But I guess since subtlety seems to have gone woefully out of fashion, I guess it's now necessary.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys actually enjoy treating your customers like a piece of because that's how I felt when I went to the Alamo Drafthouse. Okay? You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy theater. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, United States of America, where you are free to text in a theater. I was not aware that I couldn't text in your theater, all right? I've texted in all the other theaters in Austin, and no one ever gave a fuck. You know, I will never be coming back to your Alamo Drafthouse or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular theater where people are actually polite.
Hi, this is Tommy Wiesel, creator of The Room. I'd like to invite you for this special screen. Thank you for coming. Have fun, have respect for your neighbor. Remember, if somebody yells or screams, say, hey, excuse me. Just whisper to the ears, have fun, okay? That's the idea. Cheers, okay? Ciao.
What would you do if somebody was talking during one of your movies?
I mean, people shouldn't talk in the movies. They should show more respect for movies.
Absolutely.
But you know, you can find out who they are, and then go cut their tongue out.
Hi, I'm George Romero, and I have this thing. When a movie's playing and people talk or make noise, I kill them. And the worst thing is they come back to life.
I will offer you $1,000 cash right now. Take out your phone, text someone, but you have to stab yourself in the stomach to get the $1,000.
No, I gotta go.
Because that's how much we all enjoy you doing your business in the theater. You want it? No? No takers? Really? $1,000.
Hi everybody, Mark Summers here. You probably remember me from Double Dare and Family Double Dare and What Would You Do and Unwrapped on Food Network. I've had a crazy career and it's been a lot of fun, but I've always wanted to take my expertise and my knowledge to the film industry. So here I am, my new job at Alamo Drafthouse. Excuse me, sir. I've got some complaints about you using your phone. Please put it away. Have some consideration, okay? Thank you. I love my job.
Now, as you saw in the Alamo Drafthouse montage there, they were able to occasionally wrangle the odd movie star into delivering their little pre-show theater etiquette PSA. And this got me thinking, why isn't this a normal, everyday thing? I mean, it would only make sense. Well, as it turns out, nowadays, a lot of the major family movies are having special pre-show nags made just for them or just to be played in front of genre-appropriate stuff. And save for the Muppets one, they are uniformly terrible. But as far as my preferred older stuff goes, it looks like back in the early mid-90s, the United Artists chain was having celebs deliver their regular, everyday pre-show nag. And it looks like AMC took a crack at it around 1997, and I managed to miss that one completely. Or over in England in the late 80s and early 90s, Warner Cinemas, owned by Warner Brothers, were appropriately having their little pre-show spiels spearheaded by the Looney Tunes. Now, getting back to the newer stuff, I watched a bunch of these for this episode, but I'm not going to run them. And I noticed a rather disturbing trend, and that is not just product placement, but major in-your-face corporate sponsorship, which, fine, everybody's got to make a buck, but I would really hope that these chains are going to use some of that extra revenue towards soundproofing their theaters a little better, because I can't go to the movies anymore without hearing that damn superhero movie next door, of course, better than I can hear the thing that I'm trying to watch. But I know that's not going to happen.
Oh, hi, I'm Alec Baldwin, and welcome to United Artists Theater's wonderful world of filmed entertainment. You mind if I pass along a few tips to make your visit here more enjoyable? I didn't think so. Remember, smoking isn't permitted anywhere in the theater, so if you must smoke, please do it outside. Don't talk while the movie's in progress.
Hey, you Chevy Chase. I'm really a big fan. I was just hoping you could please tell me about the...
Sir, you are being rude to the people around you and ruining the movie for them. No talking. Please, put your trash in the proper receptacles. It helps make the movie-going experience a little more pleasant for everyone. Looks like I'll have to tamp this one down a little bit. Gotta make room for Junior's trash. Where is Junior? A trip to the movies can be lots of fun if you obey the rules.
Hi, I'm Richard Lewis. Welcome to United Artists Theater's wonderful world of film entertainment.
One senior, one child.
Hey, Don, cut it out, huh? Look, even though Don Rickles plays my father on TV, we're not actually related, thank God. And I'm not a child, huh?
Don't be a moron. I got you in for half price, didn't I? Are those your feet, or did you just escape from the circus? Move it, will you? My popcorn box is going out of style. This is where he finds out his girlfriend is really an alien.
Oh, jeez.
Why don't you pipe down? Why don't you go back to your old job, dancing with the organ grinder?
He's not really my dad. He just played my dad on a new show this fall. It doesn't... Oh, gee. You know, if someone's disturbing the theater, simply notify the manager and they'll take care of it for you.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I'm warning you. I know Sinatra.
Patrons are reminded that this is a no-smoking area. The consumption of alcoholic beverages is strictly forbidden.
I'll get the snacks. You guys head for the seats.
No, I think we all should go to the restroom first. Right, Robert? You remember Titanic?
Yeah, it would have been okay. It was just all that water.
Didn't you ask me?
5, please, for theater 2.
We're almost full, sir. You won't be able to all sit together.
You need a root baby green?
Yeah. What's up, Doc? I'd like to welcome you to a Warner Cinema. Welcome! Now that I got your attention, I'll familiarize you with our theater's policy. If you experience any dissatisfaction with a temperature, projection, or sound, please bring it to the attention of our staff. Hey, projectionist! Thank you! And thanks for not smoking in the auditorium.
Between the 70s and the 90s, there seemed to be a certain push and pull amongst theater chains between retaining a more old-fashioned, more dignified, kind of movie palace vibe, and a more laid-back and more colorful vibe. And of course, the latter wound up winning out big time. Now, stuck up as it may be, count me among the ones that prefer the more old-fashioned kind of stuff. Count me among the ones that would like to keep just a little bit of the wonder of the movie-going experience intact. Let's save the cheap, tacky stuff for the dollar cinema at the mall where it belongs. Those things still exist, right?
Did I tell you I already saw this movie? Yeah. This part is great. Oh, yeah, wow, cool. And let me tell you what happens next.
Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see?
He's looking at you, kid.
Here's another great Cinemark show. And that front row fanatic Joe is right down front when a new movie plays. He's cool, he's hip to bargain matinees. If your thing is cinematic, be a real front row fanatic. Be cool, just like Joe. Enjoy another great Cinemark show.
First in line is Front Row Joe. I love movies, that's a fact. I'm a Cinemark maniac. People here know how to act. Cinemark keeps me coming back.
Here's looking at you, kid.
I saw her at the movies last week. I think it's serious.
What's her name?
I don't know yet. Sorry.
Thank you.
I think I'm in love.
$17,233 kernels left, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be the Oddity Archive without some weird stuff. So, in finding material for today's episode, I came across some slightly demented policy trailers, all but one of which I had never seen before. So, admittedly, this is going to be a fairly short montage, but I couldn't not include these.
Text at the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
All right, folks. Now listen up. There's to be no talking, cussing, or fighting.
Thank you.
It's mighty fine. And no smoking!
Please don't smoke. Smoking may set off alarms or other fire prevention devices.
Hi, Tiff. No, I can talk. I'm at the...
Please turn off cellular phones and beepers to avoid disturbing those around you.
I had no...
As always, available in jumbo size. And remember...
Considerate movie neighbors make good movie neighbors.
Well, I gotta admit, these trailers kinda half worked on me. I mean, if I could, I'd hop in the old time machine and go back to about 1993 and catch a good movie at a nice theater, and at the very least not have to worry about texting. And of course, I'd get me a massive bucket of popcorn and not those styrofoam packing peanuts that they affectionately refer to as popcorn these days. And I'd probably try and get in a few rounds of pole position in the arcade before the show, but I can't do that. And the more I think about it, the less I care. Thanks to the miracle of widescreen TVs, Blu-ray discs, 4K in some cases, all these video game reissues, and on and on and on, I feel like I can get a lot closer to my kind of movie-going experience at home nowadays. Now, if that sounds antisocial, maybe I am antisocial, but you know what? I don't see it as tragic. If anything, I think we're in a bit of a new golden age here, and we don't even realize it. We've reached a point where we don't have to just accept whatever junk the major studios are peddling on any given week. We don't have to have a revival house if we want to catch a classic black and white movie. We don't have to have an art house to catch a foreign film, or just, as the name implies, something more artsy. Filmmaking in general is the most democratic it's ever been. And we have streaming, we have downloads, we have short-run duplication, and even like in the horror world, some of these guys are starting to put out their movies on VHS again, just for the hell of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not anti-theater, but I'm just saying there are options, and one size does not fit all. And I guess the moral of my story would be, yeah, it was nice to take a look back at this stuff, but for me personally, I'm perfectly content to leave this one in the past. But anyway, that's it for today's archive. Join me next time when I, once again, without the slightest trace of irony, go trudging through the past. Because that's just what I do.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Enjoy the show